We need to talk about the tragedy that's going on to the civilians of the Israeli people right now. The astrology shows so much as usual. And no matter how you feel about the Israeli government, innocent civilians don't deserve to be unalived in the streets. Before I show the charts, if you leave any disrespectful comments down below, I will block you. Because when people are getting unalived, that really didn't do anything to anybody else. And if you feel like they should be, well, you're not really spiritual. I did the transits for the day of the attack, October 6th. All right, so we see transiting Uranus right on the sun here in the 8th house. So when Uranus is on the sun, it's like a surprise, like some kind of surprise shakeup happens in someone's life, and in a country, it's like could be a surprise attack or just a new energy coming in that came out of nowhere, which is exactly what happened with these attacks. Pluto at 27 degrees is significant here because it is in conjunction with asteroid Phallus, which is the asteroid of catastrophe that leads to wars, inciting incidents that leads to wars. We also have asteroid Nessus transiting over Juno in the 5th house here in Pisces. Also see Nessus, which is the asteroid of like induced provocation of abuse. That is conjunction Juno, which is all about soul contracts in the 5th house in Pisces. So it's like a spiritual soul contract between, two nations or two nation states that's being played out in this ugly, catastrophic way. The next thing I'm going to do here is I'm going to go back and look at the 1973 war and see what kind of similarities I can find. Of course, this was exactly 50 years before. So Chiron's in the same place here, between, it's right almost on the descendant of the chart. So this is, again, like contracts and, pain, deep generational pain. And it's the sun's in the exact place right near Neptune in the 12th house. Now, if we think about Neptune in the 12th house in Libra, it's like about these spiritual contracts between two different people or two different, groups. And the sun on Neptune is often like this delirium kind of state of consciousness. Sun Neptune is incredibly intuitive and spiritual. So yes, this is a spiritual war, as above, so below. In this case, there is another plutonic kind of thing going on here with Nemesis, asteroid Nemesis, crossing over the 10th house in Pluto. So yes, intense, destruction between two groups of people who consider each other enemies. You see transiting Mars in Taurus, which is all about being so stubborn. So like, I'm going to do this because I believe in it and I'm not going to hear otherwise. It's transiting Mars on the 7th house in Nessus. It's like, that says to me, like, this contract is, I want it my way. It's just like, I'm not going to move an inch for you. It's very difficult to make a compromise here. Another similarity I saw between these two charts is that the South Node was traveling with Mars in the chart for 2023, but the South Node was traveling with Saturn in 1973. The South Node was in Cancer in 73. We have the South Node with Mars in Libra now in 2023. South Node Mars is about playing out, especially with Libra, playing out some kind of old, forgotten or not so forgotten treaty or peace treaty that now wants to be revoked. South Node Saturn in Cancer, because Saturn's its fallen Cancer, represents some kind of allegiance that you were taking too far, that you are being almost fanatical about because of your emotions overcoming your logic and reason. Because on both parties' behalf, I feel like the emotions are still taking over the logic and reason. This South Node Mars is saying, we're not going to let these old peace treaties and these old contracts stand. We're just going to demolish them. Pray for peace and unity, because no matter how you feel or what you identify as and what religion or ethnicity, this is not going to be good for anybody on this earth plane at this time.